Sanchin.
Too, I went with him one time to pick out the boards and to buy the bricks, and that was a lesson in itself. There, what he'd do is he'd pick the by looking at the end of the board, the grain on the board, he would pick it to where the closest to the center of the tree, and he would look at the ear rings on that. And if it was spread too far out, then he said no good. Number 10, and he found some close to it, maybe a 6-foot board with the rings close to the center of the tree, and he said, number 1, you know. Then we'd take the boards and we'd lean them up in the dojo wall, you know, at a real high angle, and let them cure for a while because it's a lot easier to break. You know. That's interesting, really interesting. Now I know an instructor was teaching part-time at Paris Island one time. He asked me to come up for a promotion, and I looked at the boards he had for those students to break, and I said, I don't know if they're going to be able to break them. They were rough lumber, real rough lumber, and they sailed into them and couldn't budge them at all. And I said, why don't you break them? And he said, I know if he can't break them, I can't break them. So there's an art in itself there of buying the boards, and buying the bricks. We went to the brickyard. He'd pick up a brick and thump on it. If it had a real ting to it, he said, number 10. No can do. You can't break that. If you thump, it's kind of a thud, number 1. And so he would pick those out. And in this book, the first book that Master Oyama wrote, What is Karate? He mentions his experience with the American bricks when he come down on 2 of them, and he couldn't do nothing with them. He was used to those same types of brick that Master Shimabuku picked out, see. So he come down several times and he couldn't do it. He was about to lose his composure, and then he mustered up some more energy, and then he come down on it and finally broke them. But that was an experience for him. He had never seen bricks that hard before.